That was great. Hey guys, Wiregrass Pyro. Those of y'all who have not seen the TNT Fireworks Super Assortment unboxing video, it'll actually be up there in the corner. For those of y'all who are here for the demo, check the description below. There'll be a timestamp that will take you straight to the larger items of the assortment, and I'll actually skip some of the novelties. For everybody else, appreciate you hanging out. And just know in this video, we're gonna do something a little different than we didn't do in our last demo video. We're actually gonna have multiple angles. We're gonna have one angle that is gonna be ground level. We're gonna be able to see the products and kind of see what the brakes would look like, you know, to you if you were kind of, you know, standing relatively close to them. And we're gonna have another view with the GoPro in super view or wide view. And this is going to be able to capture the entire brake in one frame. Now it's going to look really small on that GoPro, but I promise you most of these brakes were anywhere between 50 to 100 foot in spread. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our first novelty items. All right, guys. So we're going to start off with our first novelty item. As you can see, we're back here at the fire pit. And we're going to pretty much do exactly like we did last time. We're just going to light one, and then we're going to go through and light all the morning glories. There's basically the same thing that come in the Mercury assortment, so I don't think we really need to spend a whole lot of time on these. So we'll just go ahead and we'll just jump into this pretty much as fast as we can. And then before this even burns out, what we're actually going to go ahead and do is just light up these other ones just so we can move on to our next items. Trying to do this with one hand is kind of difficult to do, but as you can see, pretty much the same thing we had last time. We'll go ahead and stand up real quick. It's just your traditional little morning glory sparklers. Pretty good, pretty fun. Kind of glad that they shoved these in here. It's always something fun to mess around with, give to the kids when you kind of get ready for your bigger stuff that's in the assortment. But as you can see, like I said before, nothing crazy. Well, let's go ahead and we're going to move on to the next nighttime novelty item. All right, for our next nighttime novelty item, we're going to go ahead and light off a few of these TNT ground bloom flowers. I'm going to do one of these to begin with, and then we'll knock through the rest of them pretty much as quickly as we can. But these should just do nothing more than just kind of light, spin on the ground, and then emit some flames out of the side. So that one actually, unfortunately, didn't even spin. We'll try and get down here. Now, mind you, if I am out of frame a little bit, I do apologize. I'm trying to do this with one hand while we maintain filming, as well as the lights, and as well as lighting this off. But we'll actually go ahead and we're going to light another one of these individual just to see what we can get out of it. Fortunately, that one didn't spin. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of these are wanting to spin. Not sure what's going on here at TNT Fireworks, but if you guys are watching this, we'll go ahead. These aren't, as you can see, not sure if y'all can see that. It's supposed to spin on ground, emit flames and sparks. So unfortunately, we have not had any that are actually doing that. So we're gonna see if we can actually let another one off and get these to kind of actually spin in a direction that they're supposed to. So let's go ahead and aim this in a different direction and kind of force it to spin if we can. Well, that makes number 3 that is basically dudded out on us. So, not sure what's going on here, but TNT, if y'all are watching this again, this should not be going on this way. These should actually be spinning. I don't know if these are bad, but yeah, TNT, you're kind of letting me down on this one. There we go. We got the 4th and the final one to actually work the way that it was supposed to go. Thank God we got that. So I'm not sure what was up with these other 3 because this was only a pack of 4. But TNT, like I said, if you guys are watching this, not really sure what's going on. This is on concrete, so theoretically this should actually be spinning without an issue. But yeah, we were basically at 25% of actually working. The other 75% of these 3 here didn't work, so I do apologize about that. But let's go ahead. We're going to jump in to the larger items. Just as we did last time, we are going to light off one of the black box ninja shells just to have a comparison to not only our festival balls here, but also our single shot small display shells in the back. We're going to do this video a little different than we did last time, and we're going to go ahead and line them up in a line, and then just kind of light them off from left to right. You guys might be pretty familiar with this style of showcasing, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. All right, guys, we have everything set up, and as you can see, we're gonna start from the left with the fountain and then gonna move to the right with all of our aerials, and we're gonna finish off with our festival walls down there. But first we got the Raging Zombies fountain, then we're gonna go into our 3 Sky Shooters, Magic Dragon, Silver Stars Barrage, our 3 Mad Cat Roman Candle 10 balls, our 13 shot Blazing Skies. Then we're going to move into our 4 single shot small display shells. We're going to do a single festival ball out of the cardboard tube that it comes with, and then we're going to light off the rest from our canister rack that we have made, just to kind of compare how low of a break we will end up having with these versus the tube that it comes with. So first off, we're going to go ahead, we're going to start off with the Raging Zombies fountain. All right, for that being such a small fountain, that thing was actually pretty long. Probably say about 45 seconds or so. I remember in the actual unboxing, I said I didn't see any purple in the videos, but seeing it in person, there's definitely some purple in there. It's pretty low colored purple. It almost looks blue, but it's definitely in there. Up next, we're gonna jump on over. We're gonna do our single shot Sky Shooters. Looks like we're gonna start off with the yellow lettered Sky Shooters. You can see that was a very fast whistling rising tail. And then we're going to go jump straight into it. We're going to have our red letter immediately followed by our blue letters. We're gonna go ahead and back up just a little bit more. That way we can actually catch these. Red letter sky shooters. A very nice angle on that one that we were able to catch. That was the red letter. We're gonna move on to, I believe it was the blue letter sky shooters. A very nice rising, crackling tail. Pushing up a little bit, see what else we got. We're gonna go straight into the Magic Dragon. Now with this, I'm not sure if this is gonna be a multi-shot or a single shot. Unfortunately, this one didn't have a product description on it, and I was not able to find this. So let's go ahead and light this one off and see what we got. That was great. Looked like we had some willows coming out of that break. That was a single shot break. Very nice willows. Kind of had a small rising tail with it. Wasn't anything big, but it was definitely pretty good. Up next, we got our Silver Stars Barrage. This is our 42 shot white color pearl. Very fast color pearl. All 42 shots come out in probably about 15 seconds. On to our next set, we have our 3 10-ball Mad Dog Roman candles. Let's go ahead and we're going to light one of these first, and then we're going to immediately follow it up, and we're going to light 2 at the same time. All right, that was the single shot. Let's go ahead and try and get these 2 lit off at the same time. I know it's a little hard to see, but for those of you who are wondering, I actually had to pan this camera up pretty high because those probably had a good 50 to 65 feet in height on them. Probably some of the highest 10-ball Roman candles I've seen. I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's actually a tree off to the left. I don't know if you saw it when the red and green was flashing, but that was definitely a pretty good height. And we actually just had to cut the record. We kind of went out of focus there, but we're going to move straight into the 13 shot Blazing Skies. Now this is our red tail with, I believe, our red star. Pretty good little tails on those. I'd probably say they had about a 10-foot, maybe a 15-foot spread on them. Really good tails, really super bright red on them. And as you can see, the bores were actually pretty big. Unfortunately, we didn't actually open this to see what the bore size was before, but as you can see, we're looking at about a 3/4 inch, maybe even a full inch. All right, we're gonna go ahead and light off our black box ninja shell first. Up next, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into the small display shells. This is the multicolor star with chrysanthemum. All right, so those are way better than I thought they would be. I'm gonna actually have to back up a lot in order to catch this on this view. Hopefully the GoPro is picking this up. But we're gonna move to the next one. Looks like we have the crackling and red star, and then we're gonna go into the crackling star with silver fish and blue. All right, let's go ahead, jump straight into the next one. We're gonna back it up a little bit more. Not a big report on that. It's kind of some tails, but I'm not sure if you can see it on video, but we actually have some embers coming down. Fortunately for us, we are actually over here near some dirt, so we're going to keep some eyes on everything around here and make sure we have no fires going on. But that one had a really nice mine to it when it went up, and we're going to go jump straight into the next one. This is going to be our last small display shell. It is the blue star with crackle and silver fish. Now I'm actually going to back way up for this one because I've been super curious if they can actually get a real fish effect into this one, because of it being such a small bore and it being a single shot. But we're going to see what we can find out. Oh yeah, that was a beautiful fish effect at the end. Very surprising. I didn't think that they would actually be able to fit that in there. But up next, it looks like we are going to be moving straight into the festival wall. And the first one, we're going to light it off out of the cardboard tube that it come with. All right, that break was massive. I'm not necessarily sure if it went high enough in my opinion, but we'll go ahead and let's just light off one out of the rack to see just how low those were, because in my opinion, that cardboard tube that it come with, that was actually a pretty low break. All right, shooting that out of the HDPE tube that we built today, that actually was a lot higher. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into the final four, and we're just going to see if we can get them shot off as fast as we can. This is number 4. Very good reports. Unfortunately, recording this on my phone. I'm gonna hope that the GoPro's view is actually wide enough when I finish the edit on this. Very nice red on that one. I will definitely say TNT has 100% proved me wrong with some of these products that they have in here. And these brakes are, for festival balls, probably some of the biggest brakes that I think I have seen. Now, normally I'm not a big fan of the cheaper festival balls, but as you can see over here, we actually have some embers on the ground. We'll go ahead and turn that light off, and then you can see they're just kind of smoldering around. But that was it. That was the TNT Super Assortment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, so just like we did with the Mercury assortment, we're back here at the fire pit at the end of the video, and we're gonna talk about this assortment a little bit. So overall, I give this assortment a pass. Now it is a probably 7.5 out of 10. The biggest complaints with this one will be, I'd probably say the novelty items, to be honest. I think the Morning Glories could have been switched out. I think we should have some sparklers in there, maybe some smoke. To be honest, I think some smoke balls would have been a great addition to this. But my biggest complaint in the novelties was the ground bloom flowers. I mean, 75% of them failed. Ultimately, they didn't perform as they should. They should have spun on the ground. And when ultimately, you know, like I said, they didn't. We only had one that did, and doing it on concrete, you know, having that bad of a fail rate, that's not good for me. So I think those definitely could have been swapped out as well. And then another thing that, you know, we kind of had a problem with was the very low break for that first festival wall out of that cardboard tube. I'm not sure why, but it was just an incredibly low break with that tube that come with the actual kit. And then we'll go over some pros, because this assortment is actually really good. I'm not knocking it by no means. It was a great assortment for the money. You know, I paid less than $75 for it, but it was actually really good. But the small display shells, the single shots, biggest pro we have there was the Magic Dragon single shot. That brocade was just amazing. Took me 100% by surprise. I was not expecting a report of that caliber to come out of something so light. Probably one of the better brocades that I've seen. And just, I mean, it absolutely filled the frame. Luckily, we had the GoPro going on the other side of the field, so it was able to pick it up, being in the super view. But the second, single shot that I kind of want to bring up is the first. I believe it was the first fish effect. I kind of didn't think it was a good break, but going back and looking at the video, it kind of looked like the actual fish effect composition didn't ignite on that report. So it just caused it to kind of, fizzle out. I think that's kind of the issue with that, because if you actually look at that video and that portion, you can kind of see, I believe it's the composition kind of falling down. It kind of ignited, but it didn't fully ignite. But with that said, going straight into the second fish effect, that final small display shell, amazing, absolutely amazing fish effect quality. Cannot complain. It was 100% one of the better fish effects I've seen. Took me by surprise again, because getting a fish effect of that caliber in something so small and so light was really worth the money and the time picking up this assortment and actually shooting it off for you guys. But I don't want to sit here for too much longer. Those are kind of some of my pros and cons for this assortment. So if you guys are still sticking around, I really appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, and as always, practice safe fireworks and have a blast.